Welcome back. In this topic we are going to be learning how to build our homepage with standard features. We are just going to start the homepage as we will be adding more features as the course goes on, such as store features we configure in the next lesson. Also, if you find this design process to be way too complicating, don't give up. I will show you in the next topic how to create a page with one click. That's right, one click. Alright, let's begin. First, we will head to the Pages section on the sidebar. Then, you can click on the home page that you have already created. Notice that you can also now click Edit with Elementor here. This gets enabled after you use Elementor with the page for the first time. Now that we have entered Elementor, we want to build our page from scratch. We should have a clean space, so delete any blocks or sections that may have been there from experimenting in the previous topics in the course. The first thing we are going to do is create a new section that has just one block. This is going to be what we call a banner. To access the section settings at any time, just click on this 6-dot icon. There are multiple background types you can have: classic, which is a solid color or single image; gradient color, which is two colors that fade together; video or slideshow. I'm going to choose an image, but you may use whatever you would like. You will notice that the section does not expand to the proper size and barely shows the image. To fix that, go to the Layout Settings tab on the sidebar. From here, adjust the height by selected min height, then use this adjustment bar to adjust the height to your liking. Preview how it looks by clicking here. You may notice that the image isn't quite filling the whole section and starts repeating. To fix this, click on the Style Settings tab. Then, go to Size and change it from default to cover. You can see now in preview mode that this has been fixed. If you want the banner to have some space from the header, if you remember from a previous topic, you can do this by adjusting the margins. The margin settings are found in the Advanced Settings tab. Sometimes you may want to have an overlay if you find your image is a little too busy. You can do this by going to the Style Settings, and going to the Background Overlay section. You can choose Classic or Gradient. I'm going to go Gradient here. This allows you to choose two colors that fade together nicely. You can adjust the location of where the colors merge here. You can adjust the opacity here. Once you're happy with it, you can now add some text. Let's add a button too. I'm going to make a Shop Now button. Since we haven't set up our store yet, we won't add in the link that will take it to the shop page, but instead can adjust some other settings on the button. Alright, I think we are finished our first section for now. Looks great. Now for our next section, let's build some blocks that will lead to key parts to our website, such as services, or categories of the products you sell. Let's do product categories. We are going to create a new section that has 3 columns. Now, a little tip for when you have multiple columns that will all look relatively the same in the end: we are just going to build one column first, then when we like it we will copy and paste into the next columns and adjust from there. I like to start off by making a heading and putting a background color with it. I don't like how the text is so close to the edge, so remember, we can change this by adjusting the padding in the Advanced Settings tab. When you are happy with the heading, I like to add an image of the product category below it. I think it looks better when the heading and image have no space between it, so I am going to adjust the margins to fix that. I'm going to add a border to the image because I think it will look nice, but you don't have to if you do not want to. Once you're happy with the block you have created, let's copy and paste it into the next columns. You can delete the empty columns. Now we can add other product categories. Once you finish that, we can keep them here if you like, but I am going to move them up for fun and give it a little more of an effect. Don't forget, once you finish a section, always check and see how it looks on tablet and mobile devices. When you make changes in the different previews, it will not affect the other preview sizes. For our next section, let's add a template from Elementor Pro list. Do that by clicking Add Template. Then, we can go to the Blocks tab. To your left, you can choose the different categories of pre-built sections. Let's add a little About Snippet section here. You can add any of these pre-built sections and all you have to do is replace the text and media with what you want. Now you can customize it to your liking and even add more widgets to it. For our next section, we are going to save it for something to do with the store later, but we can start planning it out for now. Let's add a one-block section and add a heading. We are going to leave this section for now and come back later on. Let's do the same thing for a blog section. Once you create a new section, you can just duplicate the previous title by right-clicking and selecting Duplicate. Now, go to the right of the widget to this blue square and you can drag and drop it into the next section. Then you can change the text. Let's add another Elementor template. This time we will filter by contact. I'm going to select this one, but you can choose whichever you like. With this section, there are two new widgets that we have not gone over yet. The Forms widget and a Maps widget. This is the Form widget. In the settings, you can edit the form fields from here. On the home page, I like to keep the form simple and then add more fields if needed on the actual Contact Us page. There are different content settings you can change here. One of the more important ones is to just ensure that the email is correct and set to the email you want to receive notification with information that someone has submitted by filling out the form. There are other settings you should go through here too if you want them changed. The map widget is pretty basic. Just go to the map widget settings and type in your address. And there we have it, we have the majority of our homepage done. I think it looks great. Must feel nice to have built your very first web page. Let's continue to the next topic.